Penyanyi rap Zamaera dakwa privasi dicerobohi Pegawai Pbt kena curi-curi rakam ketika berkemban di Pusat Urut Subang. Penyanyi hip-hop popular tempatan Zamaera atau nama sebenarnya Sharifah Zamaera Syed Zafilen Edros mendakwa privasi dirinya diceroboh beberapa pegawai pihak berkuasa tempatan di sebuah pusat urut di SS14 Subang Jaya, Selangor pada Khamis. Jelasnya, dirinya yang hanya diselimuti tuala ketika itu dirakam oleh salah seorang pegawai berkenaan yang menurutnya sengaja melakukan perbuatan itu atas kepentingan diri sendiri. Mendakwa tindakan itu sebagai tidak bermoral, Zamaera menggesa agar pihak berkenaan tampil menjelaskan lebih lanjut berhubung kejadian tersebut. Meskipun Zamaera menggesa agar video tersebut dipadamkan dari telefon pintarnya, pegawai berkenaan walau bagaimanapun menafikan perbuatannya itu lalu terus beredar dari lokasi terbabit. Laporan polis telah dibuat berhubung kejadian tersebut, namun masih belum ada sebarang kenyataan berkaitan hal itu dari pihak Majlis Bandaraya Subang Jaya setakat ini.
Okay, this is me, Zamaera. I'm a resident of SS14. You all know who I am. Abang-abang ni semua datang nak check, and then ada somebody, satu abang buka the tirai here and take video. So which one of you yang ambil video? Siapa ambil video? Who wants to admit? I'm going to post this up online. I'm on socials. I'm posted up on all the news channels. You better admit sekarang. Siapa ambil video? Why are you guys quiet now? Your job is to what? Take care of people, right? Kenapa datang sini buat apa tak senonoh? Siapa ambil video?
Siapa yang buat?
Saya tengah massage sebagai saya perempuan.
Anggota saya datang kat sini.
Okay.
Nak buat pemeriksaan.
Yes.
So, bila buat pemeriksaan, kat sini ada aktiviti apa?
Saya tak tahu, saya datang sini massage.
Anggota saya tak tahu ada aktiviti apa. So, kena ambil gambar dengan video sebagai bukti. Itu je.
Oh, kena ambil video sebagai bukti massage perempuan.
Kami tak tahu ada perempuan
Is that-
lelaki.
is that-
Ada tulis kat dalam perempuan atau lelaki.
Tadi dia dah tanya, dia dah cakap ini perempuan.
Dia cakap dengan siapa? Ada siapa
Dia
cakap
cakap,
dengan dia?
she said this perempuan, girl.
Siapa cakap dengan dia?
Oh my god. This is embarrassing, tahu tak? Sebagai lelaki-lelaki yang patut menjaga community, and as Muslim men, you guys come here and take videos of all of us. It's embarrassing. It's very embarrassing right now. All of you are going to be wounded up. So somebody tell me, you just tell me the person yang ambil video tu je. That's all.
Saya tak tahu, saya kat sini saja.
Okay, siapa yang ambil tadi? Siapa? Was it you? Bukan you? Okay, anyway, what's all of your names? Muhammad Fairuz. Oh, fuck, with the wrong person. He studied law. Please, tengok balik. Tapi tak apa. Dah delete ke apa-apa tak kisah. I don't care. I don't freaking care.
Okay.
You dah tahu ada orang ambil video. Tengok muka saya sekarang. Ada orang ambil video kan tadi?
Saya tak pasti.
Tak apa. So basically, yesterday afternoon or evening, I went for a massage at this new massage parlor. Nama tempat massage tu is called Chiang Tai. So if you are a resident of Subang Jaya, you will definitely have seen this new spot. It has a kaki, it has a foot sign, and it's in SS14. So I've been meaning to go there with my friend, and I was like, okay, let's go together, but whatever. Anyway, I decided to go on my own. And I went there at about 5:30, or is it 5, almost 6 p.m. And I was greeted well with all the wonderful Thai masseurs. And as you know, they're very soft-spoken. And they always give me, I always take a female masseur because I don't feel comfortable with a man massaging me. But I'm always with a female masseur. So everything started great, you know, and I think there was one other female patron who came in, and she was about 67. I know this because she said out loud, I'm 67 years old. I heard it. It was an auntie. And those are the only two people that I saw or heard of who were like pelanggan of the massage place. So anyway, I went in, and as you know, with a full body massage, you would go completely naked. So I'm like completely naked with the exception of my underwear, and I also had a towel that was covering my butt, my rear, and I was completely fine with that because, you know, it's a safe space, or so I thought. And they're not rooms, but instead they're these little small kind of nooks where it's covered by a curtain, which I think is normal for Thai massages. And I was in room number 7, which is all the way under right, and there are entrances from both the ending and the front of the building, or the front of the premises. So as I was getting massaged, about like 15 minutes in, you know, like nothing crazy. I didn't hear anything. I just heard this lady next to me talking to her masseur. But other than that, nothing crazy was happening until I started hearing a bunch of like men who walked in, and they were being loud. They were being like noisy, you know, they were being like rowdy. And me at a massage place, I do not like when people are not considerate of other people being in a meant to be a relaxing area. So in my mind, I was like, should I shush these guys? Should I tell them to please keep quiet, like macam senyap lah, you know? And they were speaking in Malay, but they didn't say anything in regards to them being MBSJ official officers, or that there was an operation going on. It was just them making like noise and asking, oh, ni massage apa? Like I can't recall what they were saying, but it was like just dumb talk, you know? And then I heard this guy saying like perempuan ke laki, which means like guy or girl. And then I was, you know, really considering speaking out and telling him to keep quiet, but I didn't because I wanted to be stress-free and I wanted to relax myself. And then you see the massage place that I was at, you know, it was the bed that you were lying on, they didn't have the hole for the head where you know you would look down at it, but essentially it's one of those like pillows where you either lay on the left of your head or the right of your head. So naturally, when I'm laying on the left side of my head, if I hear or see, like if I hear the curtains being open, or I see some light coming out from the back, I would know that somebody's opened the curtain into my room. So I hear the curtain being open in my room, and I see some light coming from behind me, and I'm like, what is going on? And I turn around and I see somebody like holding a phone, and like I was like trying to make what it was, but somebody's holding a phone and they had glasses on, and then my masseur was saying that, oh, this is actually perempuan ni bilik perempuan, you know. And I was like, macam maybe this person's got it wrong or whatever. And then I this time I turned around again fully, and this guy was full on filming me with a phone camera, and I couldn't make his face because he was wearing glasses. So can you imagine, like the curtain, they opened it like just this much, had their face there, and had the phone camera with the glasses, so I'm covering the bottom half of his face anyway, and like filming me while I'm like half naked, you know. And essentially the towel was already lower than my butt, so definitely you've seen my booty crack. I don't know in a better way to say that, but you could have seen, you know, those parts of my body. And I got so upset. I was like, I jerit dan macam, wait, apa korang buat ni? And the guy closed the curtain right away, and I got up, I pakai tawai berkemban, and I peeked outside of the curtains to see. I didn't show my body obviously because I was still like in a towel. I peeked out and I was like, siapa ambil video ni? And then I saw like 15, I think it was like 12 or 15 MBSG officers. Some of them were wearing their official MBSG punya like vests, and it said the MBSG, and some of them were wearing uniforms, and some of them were wearing like just undercover, I guess. And so afterwards I decided to pakai baju because the officer said to me, pakai baju dulu, and I pakai my baju. I went out and I took my phone. I was so angry. I took my phone, I started recording, and I was like, it's part of the video that you guys see on my IG story. I said, okay, nama saya Zamaera. I'm Zamaera. I'm a Subang Jaya resident. siapa, okay, kita tengah massage sekarang ni, tiba-tiba ada satu abang daripada korang semua ni, and I was filming their faces. I said, siapa yang ambil video saya? Saya tengah tak ada pakai baju sekarang. You know, like, and if you look closely in the footage, you can see all of their faces. They don't want to say anything. They know that they're guilty. They know that they've done something wrong, and they don't want to say anything. And I'm so upset. Like, I'm trying to calm myself down from screaming, because I tend to get really, really riled up about these kinds of things. And I said to them in the continuation of the video, you guys are supposed to be protecting people or doing your job, but in the end you're doing things yang tak senonoh, you know, which is like disgusting. And when I said that, there was this one officer on the left of me. He was wearing glasses. I don't remember his name, but he was the one who I was communicating with most of the time. He was wearing glasses, and he had his MBSJ punya baju on, but tak ada name tag. And he said, siapa yang buat benda-benda tak senonoh? Kat sini buat apa? And I was like, apa kat sini buat apa? Saya datang sini nak buat massage. And she said, ya, tapi kat sini saya tak tahu kalau ada benda-benda yang lucah ke apa yang menjadi benda yang tak senonoh. Ini saya lucah, but benda tak senonoh yang jadi kat sini. And I was like, okay, if that's you actually want to do an operation, do you think the SOP is for you to walk in unannounced, quietly open the curtains of other female patients pula, but patients passengers. Sorry, my mind's just going off somewhere else. Pelanggan, ya Allah. Sorry, otak tengah jam kita, banyak sangat cakap. So yeah, you filming like all these female punya pelanggan, and then without even saying who you are, that's part of your SOP. I cakap, ni SOP korang. And he was like, yeah, ni SOP kita daripada boss. And I was like, boss korang siapa? Boss korang siapa? No, seriously, tell me. And I was just really, really upset. So I was like, should I contact my lawyer? Should I contact my dad? And I was like, which one? And the person who is really, really, you know, great at helping me during these things is my dad. So I called my father, and I spoke to him, and he told me to just calm down, and he gave me like some sort of an advice, an idea what to do. And I basically went to the same guy, and I calmed myself down. I went to the same officer. I said to him, okay, abang, saya nak settlekan benda ni dengan cara damai. I don't want to make this a big thing, okay? All I want you to do is tell me which of the officers filmed me and the other what is pelanggan in Malay, in English, customers. Sorry, sometimes when your brain the bilingual also vary the sorry. Okay, anyway, back to the story. The customers, like which one of the pegawai yang filmed the customers, suruh dia tunjuk video kepada I sekarang, minta maaf kepada saya dan juga the other people who have been violated, their privacy have been violated. And then I will not go for a police report. I will not file for a police report, and I won't bring this to court. I won't make it big. I won't post it up on social media. But you have to apologize, and you have to admit which one it is. So this pegawai ni dia tanyalah, siapa yang ambil video tadi? Semua tak datang. Semua senyap. Semua tak nak datang. Semua senyap. Semua muka bodoh. Then suddenly there's this one guy who came. He had a cap on. And he did not look like the guy who filmed me. Because I could tell the guy who filmed me had like a round head, was not wearing a cap, and was wearing like macam glasses. This guy was like a bit bigger. He had a cap on. And then he came to me. He showed me one of the videos that they filmed from the moment they were outside from Chiang Tai. So as they were showing me the video, I was trying to airdrop that video to myself. I was trying to be sneaky with it, you know. I was trying to airdrop that video to myself as proof. So I couldn't do it because they obviously had their, you know, airdrop. You could only share it to like contacts, and I had to go to the settings or whatever. I was watching the video. So they walk in, clearly they don't say anything. They just start filming into the room. And I only saw the video up to the point where he filmed the auntie who was next to me. Like there was an auntie who was either 2 rows or really next to me, and she was also half naked. And then he turned the video to the left, and then the video stopped abruptly. So he said to me, macam mana awak nampak ke video awak direkam? And I said that tak ada, video saya tak ada kat sini, and video ini bukan video yang abang rakam saya kan tadi, sebab tadi abang rakam saya betul-betul dari belakang saya. Mana video tu, awak fitnah kita. And he's trying to gaslight me and tell me that they didn't film me, like as if I didn't see what was going on, you know. And I hate it when when people do that, and I know because I've dealt with people like this before, so I'm like, I'm not trying to fitnah you. You are trying to putar balik the story on me. And so I tried to film the video that he showed me, and he wouldn't let me. So I have a bit of that video where he's like macam, tadi awak kata apa kan? Tadi awak nak buat cara damai kan? Blah blah. So he knew that that video was already wrong. I could not, if it's a bukti for you as your part of your SOP, and it's supposed to be a public matter or something as an official matter, why would it matter if I have that video? Because you already know that the way that you took it was wrong. The way that you've conducted your operasi was wrong. So he took away his phone and he didn't let me like film it, obviously. And I said, you know what? Since you don't want to cooperate with me, I'm going to go make police report. Okay? And there was like these two other officers in there. I asked them, were they police? Because they didn't look they were police, but they weren't. So I said, okay, saya nak buat police report. Then abang yang cakap dengan I tu, di MBSG tu, dia tanya I, bagi IC saya nak catat. Saya catat apa? Abang MBSJ. Abang bukan polis. Abang nak catat for what reason? Abang nak detain saya. Abang tak ada hak nak detain saya. Abang tak ada hak nak ambil saya punya IC. And then he was like, saya boleh dakwa awak sebab awak tak bagi saya. This is what he said. Saya boleh dakwa awak sebab awak tak membagi kami menjalankan tugas kami. And I was like, in what way am I not letting you jalankan your tugas? Your tugas also is being done in the most unethical and misconducted way, you know? So I said, kalau abang nak IC saya, nak butir-butir IC saya, tak apa, ikut saya pergi balai polis dekat SS17 tu. Saya pergi kat tepi ni je. And he's like, bagi IC, blah, blah. And he was like talking all this smack. And then but none of the other officers were riling up, you know, like they were not wilding up. This is the only one who's triggered. And he's done asked his friend to take a video of me as well. So there's one other guy, or there's one other officer, or I'm not sure if he's an officer or one of his friends, who was taking a video of me pula. So okay lah, you want to use it as proof, it's fine, we can both take videos. So I went to the back, I've made some phone calls, and I've asked my team like, what should I do? And they were like, it's okay, just go to the police station, they can't stop you. And I'm like, that's true. So I literally just walked, and I said, I'm gonna make a police report right now. Y'all can follow me if you don't want, if you want to. And none of them stopped me. They were just like, they just kind of let me go. And you know, I don't know whether they were like, malas nak layan dengan perempuan ni ke, or they didn't think I was actually going to make a police report. And so I went from SS14, that Changtai, all the way to the SS17 punya balai police. I made a police report with, and nasib baik there were police women. There were 2 police women and 1 policeman. I was like, alhamdulillah, adalah polis-polis wanita yang boleh faham keadaan saya, you know what I mean? Because sometimes when you like try to explain this to men, and I'm sorry to say, I'm not really sorry to say, but it is the truth of the fact, is that sometimes when you try to explain these situations to men, it can be quite they can be quite unempathetic, you know what I mean? Like they don't understand the situation. And so I was so happy that I got to explain myself to 2 other police women. And I think her name was Siti Aisha. Yes, I remember in my police report, there's somewhere there. And I made my report. I told them first beforehand, and they already knew it was wrong. Even the abang police pun cakap macam, you know, it was wrong. But before I went in, I was crying a little bit because I was just so, I just felt so violated, you know what I mean? Like, so I proceeded to make my statement. About what had happened, and funnily enough, I didn't have anyone. Nobody was at home to assist me at that time because my dad was in the hospital with my mom, and my brother's away, and so there was no one. But 2 of my friends did come around and help me. So shout out to 47500 Subang friends. Thank you so much, Robin and Andrew. You guys are there with me for life, and the rest of my friends. I made the police statement, and one of the police women said to me that, you know, she advised me not to post the video on social media first because the MBSJ can like putar balik the story. And I'm like, what? How do you want to putar balik the story? Like, what is it that they can do to even defend themselves? Because they already know that whatever that they did was wrong. So I completed my statement, and I was told to go to the IPD in USJ 8 for further questioning, further investigation with Inspector Hafiza, but in the end I met another inspector. Her name was ASP Sarah, and like I said, I was really, really lucky to have a female policewoman who was able to understand how I felt and what I was going through, you know, because the thing is, as a woman, when you go through these things and you're always the one who speaks out and speaks up, you know, there's always this resistance, this big resistance of, you should have known yourself, or like you should have known this place was anyway. You know, I had one person tell me, I had one of the officers or one of the pegawai like said to me, maybe, you know, like if you wore this anyway, right? Like you would wear this kind of clothing anyway, so technically we film you, like it wouldn't be wrong. And I was like, what the heck do you mean? So the one thing that got me riled up a little bit at the police station or at the IPD was that after my inspector who was speaking to me, she asked me for further questioning and further statements. There was another inspector who came in, I guess it was her superior or higher up, and he asked me this question. Dia tanya, bila you kena rakam tu, ada tak rakam apa-apa benda yang sulit? Meaning like my private parts, or my, I guess like my boobs or my chest or my private parts, and asked me that question. And I was like, they were filming me fully naked from the back, and I was like, tapi tak ada apa-apa yang tutup tak orang punya belakang. Saya, ya ada tuala, tapi tuala tu dah sampai ke bawah abang, boleh nampak saya punya buntut tu. And he was like, oh tak okay, tapi jadi tak ada benda yang sulit lah. And I was like, is that what you're trying to say, that it's okay to be filmed if there's no private parts involved? It's already an invasion of privacy that you're coming into my space and not announcing yourself, and also like filming me from the back. It doesn't matter whether ada private parts ke tak, you know what I mean? Like it's already wrong. So I got really, really upset at that time when he said that. And he said that, awak kena pergi MBSJ buat complain semua bla bla bla, sebab ini memang SOP mereka, ni SOP mereka. Mereka cuma ikut arahan ketua saja. And then I was just like, I just kept quiet that time. I kept quiet, didn't say anything. And I was like, okay, terima kasih Encik, whatever. Then he walked out. For me, what I want is very, very clear. I want an issued statement from MBSJ, from the City Council, stating that the misconduct of their officers has been done through this operation, and it was wrong for them to do so. And I want the officer in charge, or the officer who spoke mostly to me, to say that they apologize for misusing their power, misusing their position, and you know, this kind of attitude and behavior should never be condoned, and should not be repeated. And it was wrong for them to do so, and we will make sure that our people can entrust us again, and make people feel safe through these operations. And then also I want MBSJ to list down the actual SOP of what they have to do in cases, in these kinds of cases. So whatever it is, I think that is the main goal for me, because I think when all of us are aware of what these per se officials have to be doing when we are as well caught in that same situation, then we are aware of what we have to do and what they have to do, and whether they're following the right conduct or not.